Step right up. Ladies and gentlemen, lean in close. Because today we aren't just talking about travel, we're talking about the triumph of man over the abyss. You see it every day. The smoke, the steam, and the thunderous roar of progress. But look past the ticket booth and gaze out toward the horizon. Look at that, folks. A 20-ton marvel of modern engineering, screaming across the valley on a spine of pure Victorian grit. But have you ever stopped to wonder between your ham sandwich and your morning paper just how these iron giants stay airborne? To bridge the chasm, the 19th century engineer didn't just need a slide rule. He needed the heart of a lion and the back of an ox. It all starts with the foundations. You can't build a cathedral of transit on a bed of mud. No, sir. First, the boys dive deep. To plant those massive stone piers, they used the pneumatic case, in a fancy name for a giant upside-down box pumped full of compressed air to keep the river out. Down there, in the hog house, sand hogs shoveled muck until they hit bedrock. It was high pressure, high stakes, and a job only for the bravest. With the stone feet planted, it's time for the skeleton. In the early days, it was all about the timber trestle, a forest's worth of wood stacked with precision. But as the engines grew fat with coal, we turned to wrought iron and steel. Using the truss system, engineers played a clever game of push and pull. By arranging beams and triangles, they turned every ounce of that train's weight into tension and compression. It's simple geometry making the impossible inevitable. Then comes the noise. The rivet gangs take the stage. One man heats the steel slug until it glows like a cherry, tosses it 30 feet through the air catch, and the buck rop holds it steady while the pneumatic hammer rattles the very teeth out of your head. Thousands of these red-hot stitches bind the plates together, creating a seam stronger than the mountain itself. No bolts to wiggle loose here. Friends, this bridge is built for the ages. So, the next time you're riding the rails at a breathtaking 60 miles per hour, tip your hat to the men who tamed the canyons, stone, steel, and swept the recipe for a nation on the move. The valley is deep and the mountains are high, but as long as we have the rivet and the rail, there's nowhere we can't go. Keep your eyes on the tracks and your spirits high. The future is arriving right on schedule. Thanks for riding the rails with us. We'll see you at the next stop. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the Iron Age, smash that like button like a rivet hammer and subscribe to join our crew.